Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. I love a good old Sunday chat. This is a moment where we all can kind of get together and have ourselves a little conversation where I get to connect with my community. What would you all like to talk about today? I'm really excited to hang out with you all. Oh, now that we're kind of getting back on track a little bit, it's just beautiful. I hope you're all having a great day, great Sunday, or whenever you're watching this. Let me fix all this stuff, before the live chat comes in here and starts creating all of the chaos. But that's good stuff. Chaos is okay. Oh man, a little bit too much. Let me just fix you up. Ooh, 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 ooh. Nailed it. All right, guys. Well, it's been a terrific week. It feels good to be back in the shop, working on these Zodiac little miniature sculptures. Really excited to get that fired up. And then in 6 days, I'll be going, no, less than that. This week, early, late this week, I'll be leaving for New York for NocoCon. I'm a little nervous. I'm not a great traveler. I like my little spot here in the world. Hi everyone. Now the live chat's here. Oh boy, here we go. It's great to see you all. I love the familiar faces that we have in here every week for our little Sunday chats. It's great. It's cool to be able to connect with community. Community is very important. It's just the coolest. Are you filming while you're at the con? Okay, so I don't know how that's all gonna work. I'm not much of a content creator outside of the workshop, you know what I mean? But I'm super excited to meet a whole bunch of fans. It's gonna be great. I get to play the Unpredicted Party live in front of everybody. Oh my gosh. And I don't even know how that's gonna go. Because apparently we're gonna try and film that. But who knows if there's any tech issues? Who knows? We're gonna find out though. Good day again, Pierre, dude. We just got done with the patrons having a lovely tea time. One of my favorites in recent memory. My face aches from smiling so hard. Do you ever get that? When you're having such a darn good time that your face hurts? Hey, hope life is treating you well. Oh, that's such a kind thing to say. I hope the same to you. Very kind thing to say. And also, if you don't know who the heck I'm talking to after this has been recorded, where the comments are, if you swipe over, there's the live chat. Go check them out. It's funny, you get to see what all these hooligans are saying to me. And I mean that in the best way possible. Yeah, you missed tea time. It's okay. There's no obligations. The patrons can come in and out whenever they please. I was busy playing a board game with friends. What board game were you playing? Now I'm curious. Now I'm invested. Yeah, what board game were you playing? What's everyone's favorite board game, by the way? My face also hurts. Must be Twin Powers. That's right, Pierre. Twin Powers. Well-raised floor. Hey, you got the shop floor in. Nice. Did you settle on a name yet? Race to Moscow. Oh, interesting. I'm dealing with a cold. Oh, what a bummer. Which Zodiac are you working on this week? Oh, SD, that's a great question. Let me sneeze first. Wow, thank you. Thank you for your moment there. Do you guys want to see it? It's not done. I still got quite a bit of work to do on it, but I don't know if I'm supposed to show you yet. It might be a secret. Ooh, I've never heard of that board game. Is it fun? You like it? I mean, obviously, if you're mentioning it. Hey, Mythic. There's my member. Look at you, buddy. Okay, all right. Let me show you the concept art real quick. Now, I promise, this month has been a little bit crazy. Between getting married and also this con that's happening next week. But I promise I'm going to start doing a lot more social media around these things. So this was Taurus. This was the first sculpture, right? That's out of the shop now. Right now I'm working on Gemini, right? Isn't she wonderful? But let me go grab it. A little sip of tea for strength. So far, this is where we're at. You know, I got the ley lines. I got the spaces here where, you know, the twins will have discs of stained glass all around, and they'll be raying out. I just love this shape so much. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll talk about that, about reoccurring shapes, because this is a shape, you know, that's hard to do, but like the spiral, right? Of just like a whirlpool, right? It's going into endlessness or coming out, fractaling out from endlessness, you know, like it's a singularity. I don't know what it is about that, but I'm just absolutely obsessed with it. There we go. A little precarious. Yeah. So that was the ley lines of it, and then yeah, there we are. That'll kind of look like later on. That's what I'm currently working on the shop, but I'm excited to actually because I'm running out of time for Gemini, right? Ooh, yeah, the Pythagorean theorem. But I'm excited to start working on these earlier into these seasons. These last 3, I've just been kind of racing against the clock, and I'm excited to time things out so I'm not under the gun, and I could actually take more time filming, storytelling, you know, taking you guys more on the adventure with me, because right now I'm just kind of doing it on the lonesome, and I don't like that. Who wants to be lonesome, you know, in their little shops, you know? So I want to take you guys with me, and it'll be fun. Yeah, we're gonna do 12 of them. I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it all. Ooh, you like them? Okay, good. I'm glad you like the progress so far. You know, forging on a 45 like that, you know, compound scrolls where it's doing this as well as that. It's a fun challenge. Yeah, it's just the coolest thing. So what are you guys working on? What's taking your, you know, brain waves as of late? Oh, you want my wife to join the stream? She's a little bit more bashful than I am. I'm unabashedly unbashful. Meanwhile, my partner, she likes to be on that side of the camera. You know, oh, there she is right there. Are you bringing anything from the unpredicted party to life? Ray, I would love to forge Beery's hammer. I design all of these things to actually be built. You know, I don't like to design stuff that's just make-believe. You know, I like there to be rooted in some level of reality. In a fun, creative, imaginative way. You know what I mean? Ray, I would love to forge Beery's hammer. It would be cool to have it for NocoCon. But there's just no way. There's just no way. Not enough time. Commissions for a silver ring with a blue tiger's eye setting. Mixed with dwarven roughness, elven clean lines. Oh. I made a vintage style A4 book. Nice. Anyone like to see it woven? That's awesome. And I'm so glad you guys are able to. Stefan, with the blue tigers. I don't know if I've ever seen a blue tiger's eye. That sounds beautiful. Rage, how you doing? But the navigation bracer would be cool too. Oh, Ray, I'm so glad you're a fan. I'm so glad you enjoy that. Yeah, the cool kind of cuff. Totally doable. Totally doable. And it reminds me of how you line up the constellations, almost like the Goonies, the little medallion, you know? Oh, you guys are all being so sweet. You're all so kind. I'm very, very grateful for this community. It's all so positive and just really kind. Oh, Rage, you want to see Copper Dog? Or Rage's girlfriend? Copper Dog. He's never far. Oh, and there he is, waddling around the corner. Come here, Copper. Come say hi to the nice people. Come here, buddy. Oh, you're all dirty. He's all dirty. There's Mr. Copper Dog. He's such a good boy. Oh, I feel steady as she goes. What is he? What the hell is he eating? Did you guys see that? Cupper, you eating something you're not supposed to be? Yeah, look at that face. Yeah, you know he was snacking on something bad. I'll probably find it a little later on, you know what I mean? Oh man, you guys are always so kind. Do you guys have any pets? What kind of pets do you all have? Gotta have pets. What were you eating? You was eating coal. Just munching on coal. Why do dogs like coal? It's the weirdest thing ever. Because it can't taste good. Here, stand on the hammer. There you go. There it is. You have snakes woven. Why has it always got to be snakes? Oh, Copper. He wants down. He's like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I have 3 dogs. My youngest is going through her first heat currently. Oh, boy. Pitbull Great Dane mix named Maggie Roo. Oh, Ray, that sounds so cute. Yeah, apparently activated charcoal does settle upset tummies. Maybe he has an upset tummy. Who knows? 3 cats and 2 dogs. Rage, that sounds like a full house. I love it. Yeah, we got the 2 dogs and a cat. It's funny, I never imagined myself being a cat person. 4 dogs and 3 cats. 5 puppies. Woo! That's bedlam. That is, speaking of chaos, my goodness. That's very cool. Also, in the Discord, if you want to share pictures of them, I have a little companions thing that you get to share your cute animals with us. You know, because do you ever remember those old cartoons where they would like unfold the wallet and all of a sudden all those pictures would go bloop, 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 bloop. It's like that. Like our animals are like our children. It's great. Love them so much. We put the puppies outside. Oof, yeah. Charcoal and grass, they usually tummy issues. Oh. You got tummy issues, Copper Dog? Cats are okay. I'm definitely a dog person. And likewise. But a cool cat, like actually an actual cool cat, like sometimes like cooped up house cats can get a little weird, almost like, I don't want to offend anybody. But like a little bit like maladjusted, right? A little less adjusted. But like a cool, confident, like outdoor cat, they're rad, man. Yeah, like Featrix, she comes around whenever she wants to, which is fairly often, thankfully. But yeah, she gets gophers and stuff. Oh man, this might gross a lot of you out, but the other night, she thought we weren't good enough hunters, and she brought us a mouse, and just proceeded to crunch on that thing for an entirely too long. It was at like 4 in the morning. Like no, it was earlier now. It was like 2 in the morning. I was just laying there like, oh my God, hurry up. It was like she was going through an entire box of Cracker Jacks. It just took forever. It's like, God, terrible. Terrible. Sorry to gross any of you out. Me and myself a bear companion. Ooh, mythic, that would be so cool. Fun game. If you had a non-domesticated animal as a pet that would totally mind and not be dangerous, maybe even talk, what would it be? What would you have? A bear would be cool. I mean, we already have kind of wolves. I don't know. That's a hard one. I never really thought about it. A bear would be pretty cool. They eat a lot though. It'd be expensive to feed. A gorilla? Ooh, man. Definitely a bear. Oh, Casey with the Black Panther. They are like just big black cats. Beautiful. A big cat would actually be kind of cool. The Snugs would be pretty legendary. But snuggling up with a bear would be pretty epic as well. A Komodo dragon. Ooh, a Siberian tiger. You could dang near ride that. A mount. A mount. What else could you ride? Like riding a buffalo would be super cool. Snow leopards, yeah. A hawk or a falcon. Yeah, that would be really cool. An owl would be neat. Oh my gosh. But even better yet, an orangutan or a gorilla could like help around in the shop. Imagine how useful that would be. It's like, hey, here's this 40-pound hammer. Ding, ding, if they could get the thumbs engaged. But we could make a little special tool maybe. I don't know. Now we're thinking. Who could help in the shop? Catherine a raccoon. That's it. That's the answer. A gorilla forge master? How cool is that thought, right? Just a gorilla in armor. What was that? Was that like the 2001 Planet of the Apes? There was like gorillas in like full plate armor and it was rad. But a raccoon, they could have like little catwalks, raccoon walks all around the shop and they can get you stuff. Like how many times are you like holding a big old thing and they're like, I need a tape measure or tack this. They can tack stuff. They can weld. They have like the little hands. Like the gorilla from Overwatch. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, a buddy. Like a buddy system between a gorilla and a raccoon. That is a cartoon I need to see. Imagine a 240-pound bearded dude of muscle riding a large brown bear. Yeah, I could see it. Rocket the Raccoon, I know. Yeah, what if he was a total smart aleck like Rocket the Raccoon? Anyways, sorry, that was a tangent that I did not mean for us to go down, but you know what? I regret nothing. That was fun. It's fun to indulge in little thought experiments, Keep your imagination vivid. Because I feel like that's the part. So now this is when we get philosophical all of a sudden. Because I feel like when we become adults, that's the part that kind of dies in us. Just like, if you could have if your eyes could change a different color, what would they look like? Just fun little games like that you ask yourself. We don't do that as adults anymore, and that's a problem. If you had a superpower, what would it be? I don't know. Think about that stuff. It's fun. Have fun. Sounds like Take Tolman, but one and the same. Yeah, pretty much. It's funny. I'm actually really good friends with Tank. He's such a lovely guy. And I was thinking about having him on the Creative Workshop, my podcast. What do you think? Would you want to have us paired together and just talk about whatever, who knows what? Would that be something you'd be interested in? I think that would be a lot of fun. The Bear Mountain Party? Yeah, right. 100%. Oh, man. Yeah. Have fun. That sounds fun. Okay, well, there we go. Nice. Okay. It was interesting, too. Speaking of philosophy, something really cool happened at tea time. Powder refill. Yes. Okay, good, Catherine. But, speaking of tea time, there's one of the tea timers right there, Catherine. Make him his axe. Dude, I could totally make him something crazy cool. It's a big old hammer. So, today during tea time this morning, had a pretty terrific conversation about a multitude of things, right? It was unhinged. It was great. As it is every morning. Every Sunday morning, I mean. But we were talking about when all of a sudden, like, you accomplish something. Like, let's say, and I just experienced it. Actually, I'll use myself as an example. Like, planning the wedding and all that stuff. It's just months and months of just absolute, like, planning and making sure all the rentals are good to go and all the timing and making sure all these people know what they're doing and just like, it's a lot. It's a lot and you're stressing out nonstop. You could never unplug, right? And then all of a sudden it's over and you nailed it, and you did it and now you don't have to worry about that anymore. But it's not that simple. All of a sudden there's this like vacancy, this vacuous void in your life that of things that you don't no longer have to stress out about, but you still have the stress somehow, right? You're just anxious without really a reason why. You're just so used to being anxious and stressed out. You're like almost addicted to it. Almost how people can be addicted to fear or anything like that. You know what I mean? You can get addicted to negative things just as well as positive, right? We know this. This is review. Anyways. But like somehow we got onto the subject of someone said, I don't remember who it was. It might have been Sophie. It might have been Catherine. I don't remember how it went. But it was rest is hard work. I wrote it down. I was like, oh my God. I grabbed my nearest pen on my desk and scribbled that down. But rest is hard work. I need to get that tattooed backwards across my chest. So when I see it in the mirror, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Sophie. Yes. Rest is hard work. And I love that. Because it is. You have to be so intentional. Like, I love rest. I love it because I don't get it very often. You know, I have a very busy, chaotic mind, and it's insatiable. It'll grab onto something, and all of a sudden, it'll never let go. You know what I mean? It's just, it runs away. It's like a runaway diesel all the time. But it burns out. It overheats, seizes up. But like, you have to be so intentional when it comes to rest sometimes. You know, if you're plagued with that kind of busy mind and anxiousness and stress, you know, and we all need it. There's no shame in getting good rest. And you have to, you burn out and you fizzle out, and all of a sudden you're just tired all the time. You're moody. No one likes to be that guy or you know, whatever. Yeah. So something to think about. Rest is hard work. And I'm never going to forget that. It's good stuff, you know? Especially because I'm assuming a lot of you, you got to force yourself to sometimes. It's true, Ray. It's totally true. Sorry, my allergies are kicking my ass. Runaway diesels are interesting, aren't they, Paul? Aren't they? Kind of scary and fun too. It's terrifying in a fun way of just like, it's almost like being on the top of a mountain and pushing a boulder off the edge and just like let me witness this absolute destruction and chaos. But it's almost like a train wreck. You can't look away, right? Fascinating. Engineering, physics, all of that. Fascinating stuff. Yeah, rest is important, especially if you grew up in like the blue collar way that I was raised. And I think a lot of you have a lot of similarities, you know, and I don't know how far you are on your journey of deconstructing you only work 60 hours a week. Well, I remember my first part-time job, like that thing, you know, I used to be that guy, you know, damn near worked myself to death, but still kind of do. I'm a bit of a hypocrite right now. But rest is really important, and being gentle with yourself and being gentle with others and allowing them to rest. It's a big part of the journey. Had a diesel run away in the shop once. Ooh, Paul, no kidding? Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah. Just rest is important, guys. Especially if you're running hot. If you're doing a lot of stuff, solving a lot of problems in your noggin, and you know, just I don't know many people that are able to kind of just like, they're always running at optimum RPMs. You know what I mean? So I don't care who you are. Rest is very warranted. The reason I say that a lot because I have to kind of remind myself. You know, I'm pretty naughty when it comes to that stuff. You know, how do you feel about rest? I know it's a reoccurring thing, but it's an easy one to forget or ignore, just to push aside. Like, I'll deal with that when this is done, you know? When I'm no longer on fire. It's crazy. I practice bodybuilding. No way, Rage. Oh, wait, no, I think I knew that about you. And rest is the hardest thing for a lot of people. Yeah. You got to have time to rebuild, right? Isn't that interesting? Rest is almost more important than the actual weight itself. Fascinating. I feel like it's very similar with your brain. Your brain, your heart, everything. Because burnout sucks. Can't have burnout. You know, life is too short to spend it in burnout. You got to take care of that. Think of it almost like maintenance on a vehicle. All right, speaking of runaway diesels in the shop, you gotta change your fluids. You gotta make sure everything's lubed up good. I think we grow and get stronger when we rest. Yeah, yeah, Catherine. Yeah. Oh, Catherine always laying down the wisdom. Like, for those of you that don't know, Tea Time is a very special place with the Patreon and all that good stuff. And Catherine blesses it with constant, nonstop joy and wisdom. It's pretty great. 20% workout, 80% dieting, and recovery. Mythic, nice. Man, the members know what's going on. Best results you can get. That's awesome. And I feel like that goes for your soul and your brain and all that stuff too, you know? Oh, T's trying to kill me. What else do you guys want to talk about? Ask me any question you want. I'm here for you. I'm on your guys' time right now. You know? Right now it's kind of rest day. I like this because I'm able to kind of like gear up into the work day. So tomorrow I can attack. You know what I mean? I feel that. I fell into working. Yes. Is it Stefan, or Stefan? I want to know. I don't want to get your name wrong, bud. But I feel that I fell into working 60 plus hours in a salon and had to do my forge work after that. Yeah, burnout is real. Yes. Yes. I've been in burnout for the past 6 months. Totally. I'm desperately trying to get out of the meat processing plant. Yeah. How do you punish your D&D party for inciting a war? How would I? Stefan, awesome. Thank you for correcting me. I look forward to seeing your name and getting it correct in the future. Got a lengthy beard mustache myself. Any recommendations for oils and such? I don't really. Diana, I'm gonna get to that because I love that subject matter. I don't really do much in the way of like oils. I actually have very dry hair and skin. That's one of the reasons I don't wash my hair very often. Maybe once a week, even though I have kind of a dirty job. It might sound gross, but I promise it's not. I just don't get oily hair and skin or anything like that. But I did a thing with Can You Handlebar, and they do almost like a wax oil. I like that. I like that a lot. I like a waxier oil rather than because also I gotta make sure my hands are good and hard. Like oils on my hands, that's how I'll get blisters and stuff like that. I need to make sure I got like shoe leather, you know what I mean? And it's interesting too because I recently, I was getting married and I wasn't in the shop, and just after a couple weeks, my skin kind of returned to normal and I got some blisters. It was weird. It was like it's brand new again. Look at it, beard. Oh, and the beard oil is nice. Yeah, I like the kind of not so much like mustache wax, but like a harder oil. It's in like a tin, and it usually comes in like a little brush, like a pew, 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 pew. Anyways, let's talk D&D. Now you're talking my language. Ooh, okay. I might play D&D tomorrow, and it's been far too long, and I'm really excited. So, if my D&D party incited a war, was it on purpose or was it on accident? I think this is a Grimfrost is great product, natural product. Oh, there you go, Paul. Nice. The pomade. Yeah. So, reflects on the forge. Pierre, you said burnout reflects on the forge. I don't do good in a fatigue state. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so maybe there's two. I'll bring up both scenarios. I appreciate a recommendation. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what community is all about. Sharing beard oil tips. I love it. So, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, right? It's a choose your own adventure type thing, right? It's a lot of fun. It was on purpose, pitting two sisters against each other. Interesting. Well, I don't like to punish my players ever because we're here to have fun. But if my party makes a choice, like a hard capital C choice, you know, it's like, okay, all right, we're going down this road. That might include prison time, you know, like all of a sudden an overwhelming force is pursuing them. You know, they're trying to escape the law. Now they're outlaws. Now that might turn into a whole cool story arc that I would have never imagined on my own, nor all the other players. All of a sudden, the party are outlaws. Even like, I hate to even say it, but like war criminals, right? Like they're doing espionage. They're now wanted criminals. Or even yet, they become heroes. They actually get what they want. And it turns out, sometimes you don't like what you wish for. And they become heroes, and then they lose their anonymity. You know, like I love to give them real, very real feeling scenarios to whatever they choose to do. You know, and if it's a bad thing, make it a bad thing. You know, give them what they wish for. You know, like for instance, okay, let's say they start a war, right, between two factions, maybe to weaken one so they can take advantage of the other, whatever the reason might be. There's a million reasons you would start something like that. Well, all of a sudden, like commerce becomes harder because now it's hard for like for instance, maybe one of those factions in like were the exporters of all of the wheat, right? All of the wheat. All of a sudden now economies turn topsy-turvy. Now it's hard for, you know, a blacksmith like myself to get iron. All of a sudden the iron trade ceases and they can no longer buy weapons or have things repaired. Or, you know, like have ramifications. Ramifications are so good and they can be seamlessly unrelated. And this just goes for storytelling in general. If you're writing a book, you know, this also goes for this. But like, there's ripple effects. There's the butterfly effect. You know, get creative with punishing them. You know, don't punish them outright. But the next time they were like, oh yeah, let's go to this restaurant that we love. It's closed down because they don't have food for their people. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know, maybe take that and run with it. Off with the head, I say. Rage. That would be a fun thing to add. Yes. Well, and also it makes your world feel alive. It makes the world feel alive. And it makes their choices feel like they're impacting the world. Because they are. You know? Oh my God, there's some crazy shit going on with these birds right now. What am I looking at? Sorry, do you want me to describe it to you? No, it might be too graphic. I mean, it is spring, right? Spring has definitely sprung. Anyways, okay, I'm getting distracted. But when it comes to storytelling, I think my favorite thing is, like, imagine playing or interacting a world where nothing had consequence, either good or bad. Like, how weird would it be if you grabbed a rock and you threw it out into a pond and it hit the water, didn't make a splash nor a ripple. It just disappeared into the water. Feel kind of weird. No, you need the kaplunk. You need ripples. You need waves. Like cause and effect in a good story. Unless they have no food, then you pay defense and just let them starve. Ray, like, you sound like you'd be a hard DM. But let them get creative. All of a sudden, people that they, you know, like fun NPCs that they loved to birds get it. Yeah, 100%. What's up, Max? Happy Sunday to you, my friend. Sorry I'm late. Hey, don't you worry about a darn thing. I'll repost all this so you could catch up later on. Mating season for the birds, yeah. The birds and the bees are quite active right here in the shop. It's like nature documentary going on right now. Anyways, but, you know, like when it comes to any type of storytelling, make your world feel alive. All of a sudden that NPC, sorry, I'm probably answering this a little bit too hard. I'm going a little too hard on this answer. Forgive me. But like cause and effect is really important. You know, all of a sudden one of their favorite shopkeepers that they always go into, and maybe there's a funny voice attached to them and all that stuff, but all of a sudden they had to close down because no, they're no longer getting the stock that they need, you know, because of the war they started. You know, like there's very creative ways that you can create ramifications without also being just punishing. Make it feel real. Then in the future, they might think twice about starting stuff rolling down hills. You know what I mean? I love D&D talk. You're good. Oh, mythic. Thank you, buddy. How do I contact you for commissions? Rage. In my link tree through my website, you get my email. I'd love to hear from you. Also had parties make me throw away parts of the story. Oh, Ray. That's so real. That is so real. And you know what? That's just part of being a DM. But don't just throw that into the trash can. Throw that idea into the recycle. You know what I mean? And this goes for any good idea. This goes for all the creatives, all of those artists, and that means all of you. And yes, I'm talking to all of you. You're all creative, you're all artistic in your own way. I don't want to hear ifs, ands, or buts about it. Even though that idea didn't work out the exact way you planned it, the bones are always going to be there. And you could very easily recycle that into something else, roll that over, because there's no such thing as wasted time up here. There's never such thing as wasted time. You always have those neural pathways ready to rock and roll. You know, you could just tweak it a little bit. That's underestimating the smarts of the party. Yeah, like, I mean, you got to definitely like change it up a little bit. You know, you can't just be like copy and paste. It's a challenge of creativity. It's good stuff. Oh, I know. It'll come into play elsewhere, Ray. That's what I'm talking about. It's great. And like, sorry for those of you that don't know anything about D&D, that are here for blacksmith stuff. But I'll tell you what, Dungeons and Dragons, if you get in a good party, like a good table full of a fun group of people that are creative, love to tell a good story, like, that are like aligning with you. Because not every party is meant for you. Finding a good party is actually quite rare. That like aligns perfectly with what you want out of a game. But it's one of the healthiest things you could do for your nugget, for your brain. That diamond between your ears. It's amazing because it flexes your storytelling ability, your improvisational skills, your just everything. I think a fly just flew into my eye. Dang it. It's just like the healthiest thing you can do for your brain. Also, it helps you with a lot of empathy. Empathy is one of the greatest lessons and skills you can develop. Bug totally flew in my eye. Dang it. I'm trying to blink through it, but it's hurting. A little bastard. Oh, God. It's getting worse. You know, we're going to fight through it. We're going to fight right through this. All right, we're good. We're back. Jeez. Most of, not all of the nerds. It's a hell of a lot of fun. It is a hell of a lot of fun. Ingredient-wise, what is it? Sounds like no, you need to play tomorrow. I definitely need. I have so much cooped up creative energy. It's crazy. My main party, my main players that I DM for, they haven't played in like a month. It's been forever, and they're about to head into some really hard combat. We left on like a cliffhanger, so we'll see. Yeah, gnats. It was a total gnat. We'll see how they do. It might be pretty hard because by now, it's like late stage. They're like level 18. They're way up there. It's been like years of campaigning. So hopefully they remember how to play and don't just get wiped out right now. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. Maybe it'll be tomorrow or Tuesday. Before I leave to New York for NocoCon, I still can't believe that's happening. Crazy. And if you're going to be at NocoCon, I can't wait to see you there. Ever think about making anything cyberpunk related? Yes. So my next campaign is gonna be quite steampunk, cyberpunky, sci-fi, fantasy blended. Definitely. Like the cities are gonna get very cyberpunk and very dingy and seedy. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. Yeah. It's gonna be kind of like a Shadowrun adjacent. Well, everybody, I don't want to take your whole darn day. You have a beautiful Sunday ahead of you. You know, whatever you have left of it. You know, I want to make sure you get to enjoy some of it and be as productive or not productive as you want to be. All right, everybody. Hope you have a terrific rest of your day. Love y'all. Don't forget to love each other, all right? Be good. Rage. Love you guys. All right. Have a terrific Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow morning, okay? All right. Be good out there. Take care. Oh, let me find the thing. There we go. Bye-bye.